Welcome back to New Rockstars. It's me, MT, and Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Yippee! So stupid. Rocket Raccoon and his amazing friends recently hit San Diego Comic-Con over the weekend with new Comic-Con exclusive footage of what is sure to be one of the most emotional Marvel movies we will ever witness through wet eyeballs. And with amazing director and friend James Gunn saying that Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 will be the final chapter of the Guardians as we know them, I'm gonna need Marvel Studios to release the Comic-Con trailer online yesterday. Please, because hoarding baby Rocket Raccoon footage is just wrong, Kevin. It's wrong. But until then, let us talk about that sweet Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3 footage at Hall H, shall we, my nerd babies? But before we do, make sure you hit up newrockstarsmerch.com to check out our latest Obsession shirt inspired by Thor Love and Thunder. It's not going to be around for long, so please buy it today before it disappears forever. But if you don't want to buy that, we have tons and tons of other amazing merch options over there, so hit up newrockstarsmerch.com today. All right, guys, so this trailer set to the super emotional version of Do You Realize by the Flaming Lips opens up with the Guardian ship confronted by a group of Ravager space pirates and the Guardians freaking the F out, only to find out that those Ravagers were being led by none other than the deadliest woman in the galaxy herself, the very same time-displaced Gamora from Avengers Endgame, who Nebula apparently has made an appointment with without telling her fellow Guardians teammates, which is, likely why they were taken by surprise and freaking out, because their ship was being approached by this huge Ravager ship. And having Gamora leading her own factions of Ravagers like Yondu did makes sense considering where we last left her in Avengers Endgame, because in that movie, Gamora teamed up with a bunch of random Ravagers who portaled in via Doctor Strange portal from Contraxia to fight her father's army. And so after that fight, I can definitely see her leaving with those Ravagers and then using her lifetime of training to become the deadliest woman in the Andromeda Galaxy to make herself a fellow Ravager leader alongside the likes of Stakar, Ilida, and Charlie 27 from Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. After her father and his friends were turned into breathable dust particles, she kinda had nowhere to go and no family to call her own, as this Gamora is a multiverse variant who has never bonded with the Guardians, with Gamora even saying the words, "That person wasn't me," after Peter tells her that he misses her and that she meant everything to him, while footage of their close romantic moments from the first two films played. Mainly that moment where they were listening to music together on Nowhere and when they were dancing together on Ego's planet. Which is super harsh to hear after, Peter doomed half the universe to punch her killer in the face. And after she shatters Peter's heart into a million pieces, the Gamora and the Guardians all do a super dramatic space hop in multicolored spacesuits that look a lot like the advanced crew escape suits that NASA used for a very long time, and one that the Collector actually has in his collection in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 1. Which makes me think that the Collector may have found it whenever the Collector ran into Cosmo the Space Dog, who James Gunn has revealed at Comic-Con will be voiced by the talented Maria Bakalova from the sequel to Borat. But hey, speaking of rats that aren't really all that beau, the Comic-Con trailer also had the most adorable shot of a terrified baby rat version of Rocket that you have ever seen, watching a big ol' hand about to grab him and perform experiments on him. A hand that no doubt belongs to a man that I have long suspected to be Rocket Raccoon's abusive creator, the High Evolutionary, played by Peacemaker's Chakudi Owuji, who actually landed the role of the High Evolutionary because of his amazing work on Peacemaker. Now, the reason why I call Baby Rocket a baby rat in this trailer and not a baby raccoon is because Rocket is canonically not a raccoon in the MCU. James Gunn has stated for years now that Rocket is a raccoon-like lower life form evolved and cybernetically enhanced to look like a bipedal raccoon. Much like a flurkin is in a cat, whatever rat species Rocket used to be are not raccoons, even though they look like raccoons. And the reason why this is significant is because the High Evolutionary got his very start in evolving beings through his experimentations on rats, evolving those rats into bipedal animals with thoughts and feelings, and named those animals his new men. Basically his newer and better versions of human beings. And he would create a different planet for them called Counter Earth, where they would live much like normal human beings did, but in a weird animalistic type of way. They had their own societies that mirrored humanity societies a lot. So that hand reaching into the cage is likely to be the beginnings of Rocket Raccoon's torture at the hands of the evolution-obsessed Herbert Wyndham, the High Evolutionary, which is further underscored by a shot of someone writing the letters 89P13 on some glass, which is Rocket Raccoon's original subject name, followed by a super creepy shot of a small surgical buzzsaw that definitely gives credence to James Gunn's claim of Rocket being, quote, the saddest character in the universe, because those scars on Rocket's back definitely came from somewhere, and that somewhere is likely the High Evolutionary. But I will get into specifically how the High Evolutionary made Rocket Raccoon in a later video because it's actually quite interesting and has its roots in several different Marvel projects. It's really fun. But one of the trailer's dopest moments came with our first shot of Will Poulter's Adam Warlock looking ultra amazing and comics accurate. This dude is gold as shit and even has what appears to be a soul stone or a spot for a soul stone in the center of his forehead to complete his super comic accurate look. And speaking of comics accurate, if you yourself were waiting all these years for the Guardians of the Galaxy to wear their original blue and red costumes from their initial Marvel Comics appearance, feel free to rejoice because shots of Peter, Quill, Drax, and the rest of the Guardians wearing the original Guardians of the Galaxy uniforms can be seen through the trailer, along with what looks like a young adult Groot absolutely tearing shit up with his Uncle Peter. But the Guardians having uniforms makes sense considering that we do get this really quick shot of Nebula in front of a gold neon sign with alien text that translates to Guardians of the Galaxy, which is literally the very same neon gold logo of the movie. It's like they took that sign, changed the letters to English, and that was the logo. So it seems like the Guardians now have a physical location where they can accept jobs. And so wearing uniforms helps them feel like a legitimate band of mercenaries rather than, you know, your common ruthless space ravager. But that is it for this quick recap of the Guardians 3 footage that debuted at San Diego Comic-Con 2022. I pray to the Evolutionary on high that Marvel Studios finds it in their hearts to release that amazing trailer online in full HD because my God, does James Gunn know how to tug at the heartstrings, man. Like I already know that I am not going to be okay during this movie. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. You can follow me at MasterTainment on Twitter if you want to see me tweet some weird shit, but most importantly, you can follow new Rockstars wherever we are on social media. And when you do on YouTube, make sure you hit that notification bell so that you can get notifications every time we upload a video. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I love you guys so much. And remember that we are Groot. Don't forget it. See you guys later.